Williamsburg can be a great place to retire, but choosing the wrong home or the wrong neighborhood can easily upset the retirement plans you had envisioned. A large backyard that maybe looked great during the showings can easily become a weekly burden that you really don't enjoy. That takes time and energy away from what you really want to do during retirement. Living further out, it sounds great, a little bit extra space, but then it can turn simple errands into long days in the car. Extra bedrooms, hey, who doesn't want those for when the kids visit? But then you realize I'm wasting extra retirement funds maintaining that space. So none of these choices are automatically bad, but the risk really becomes in choosing a home for the retirement you imagine rather than the life you're actually going to live. Hey, my name is Randy Haufe, and I'm a realtor and your local expert here in Williamsburg, Virginia, and I'm going to give you some things to think about when you're choosing your retirement home. So before you compare neighborhoods with retirement in mind, I want you to think about what a typical Tuesday is going to look like for you. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? What kind of things really are important to you? That answer will weigh heavily on your choices of home, the layout, the neighborhood, the location. Some retirees want a quiet home with privacy, room for guests, and enough outdoor space to feel removed from everything. Others would rather live near restaurants, shopping, community activities, and places they can reach without getting in the car or having to drive much. Williamsburg can accommodate both lifestyles, but they usually lead you to different neighborhoods, different communities, different styles of homes. First decision you really have to make is how much responsibility in work in terms of time and money do you want your retirement, how much do you want it to create? Many people retire with a picture of a larger home in mind, a beautiful yard, and plenty of room for family visits. That can work well, if you don't mind maintenance, you enjoy it, or you already plan to hire help. However, the appeal can quickly wear off once the burdens associated with lawn care, exterior maintenance, utilities, cleaning, and repairs becomes part of your normal routine during retirement. In contrast, a smaller property can reduce that workload, although lower maintenance doesn't necessarily mean lower costs. Townhomes, condominiums, and amenity communities may include association fees that cover certain services, lawn care, shared features, but the details vary by property. You should know exactly what the association handles before assuming that the monthly payment buys you a maintenance-free lifestyle. It doesn't always. Sometimes it does, but not always. Exterior care may be included, while windows, roofing, landscaping, and other responsibilities remain with the homeowner. Rules about parking, rentals, pets, fences, and exterior changes can also affect how comfortably the community fits your retirement plans. So reading these HOA docs, it's about as exciting as watching paint dry, but they really reveal key details about daily ownership expenses and responsibilities. Pay attention to those. Now that you know how much property you can handle, the next issue is the layout. A first floor primary bedroom can become valuable long before you think you need it. Stairs may not bother you today, but your retirement housing decisions really need to account for how are you going to be in 5 or 10 years from now. Maybe you really want that first floor primary. Does not mean that every retiree needs a single level property. I'm not saying that. You may prefer a 2-story home because it provides separation for guests, gives you more space to spread out, offers a better value in the area you want. The better approach, however, is to consider whether the main living spaces could still function if stairs became an issue or inconvenient for you later on. Pay attention to the path from the garage to the kitchen, the number of steps at the entrances, the width of the hallways, the location of the laundry room. Do you want to be hauling laundry up and downstairs? These details rarely create excitement during the showing, but they have a major effect on comfort later on. Storage deserves the same attention. Downsizing doesn't always mean that you own less. Furniture, seasonal items, hobbies, tools, family keepsakes, and outdoor equipment still need to go somewhere. A home with less square footage can actually work beautifully if storage is well designed. Another property may look spacious while offering almost nowhere to put the things you use regularly. So think about that. Now, before deciding that a home is large enough, picture where your actual belongings will live, and that should give you an idea if it'll work. Once the house itself begins to make sense, then let's look at the surrounding community and see what that has to offer. Williamsburg has golf-oriented neighborhoods, planned communities, 55-plus communities, established residential areas, and low-maintenance options, and then homes with larger lots. Each setting creates a different version of retirement. A golf community may appeal to you even if you don't play golf regularly or don't play it that much. The landscaping, social opportunities, walking routes, clubhouse activity, and overall environment may still be part of the attraction. Those benefits come with a cost, though, and rules that deserve close look. So pay attention to that. Club membership may be separate from the HOA. Amenity access can vary, and the fee structure should be verified for each individual community, so you know that it works for you. Do not assume that that the HOA fee includes the golf. You really need to check that out. Privacy in your decision creates another trade-off. A home on a larger lot can give you quiet outdoor space and distance from neighboring properties. However, the setting may also place you further from shopping, healthcare, restaurants, and community activity. Living closer to the center of Williamsburg can make your routine more convenient, although the lot may be smaller, and the surrounding area may be more active. Neither choice represents a better retirement. The value depends on how frequently you will use what is nearby. If you expect to go out several times a week, the right location can save time and make the area feel easier to enjoy. You're not spending all that time in the car. Be close to what you're going to use. Someone who prefers staying at home, gardening, working on projects, or hosting family may be happier with more space a little further out. This is where buyers often overvalue occasional needs and undervalue everyday habits. You might want a large dining room for holiday gatherings, but those events happen just a few times each year. Your drive to the grocery store, medical appointments, restaurants, and regular activities affect you far more often and should be given much bigger weight. This does not mean guests should be ignored. Williamsburg attracts retirees, children, and grandchildren who live in other parts of Virginia, along the East Coast, or even further away. You want to have a comfortable place for visitors, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in the home. The key is deciding how much permanent house you want to maintain for temporary visits. You could have a flexible room that can serve as an office, hobby space, and guest room instead of having it remain empty between visits. Or you pick a house that's nearby hotels. Smaller home actually works for you, and then when people come to visit, they can stay in the nearby hotel. Your retirement should support the people you love without forcing you to manage property built around their schedule. Remember, you're going to be here most of the time, not them. Healthcare access also belongs in the location decision. You may feel healthy now and active now. You need to consider, are you going to need to be near medical proximity in the future? Over time, routine appointments, specialist visits can become a larger part of your life. The exact providers, facility, insurance coverage, and travel needs should be verified based on your circumstances. What matters during the housing search is understanding how long it takes to reach the services you're likely to use on a regular basis. Peaceful location can lose some of its appeal. Every appointment requires a long drive, 20, 30-minute drive. Conversely, living near medical facilities may not justify giving up better setting if you don't use those facilities that often. The right balance depends on your current needs, family history, and comfort with driving. Transportation becomes especially more important for couples. One person might enjoy driving while the other avoids it. If that changes later, the location could leave one partner more dependent than expected. Look beyond the route to major destinations and consider the smaller trips that shape the week. Those are the ones you're going to be doing most often. That's the restaurants, pharmacies, grocery stores, parks, social activities, and places of worship. That's a lot more important than the longer tourist destination drives. Colonial Williamsburg is a major part of the area's identity. Proximity to Colonial Williamsburg only has value when you plan to use it a lot. Some retirees want to walk through the historic area every day in the evenings, attend events, meet friends nearby, and enjoy restaurants regularly. Others appreciate having it close enough for visitors while preferring a quieter home further away. Buying near an attraction because it sounds appealing can be extremely expensive if it plays a role in your usual routine. The same principle applies to community amenities. Pool, clubhouse, trail system, fitness center, or organized calendar can make it easier to meet people after relocating. The social structure can be especially helpful when you're moving away from a long-established network. Because remember, retirement often changes more than just your address. You may be leaving coworkers, neighbors, friends, familiar businesses, and routines that developed over decades. A beautiful home does not automatically replace that sense of connection. Some communities make meeting people easier because residents share common spaces and activities. More private neighborhoods can still offer strong relationships, although building them may require greater effort on your part. Think honestly at this time about how you form friendships. If you enjoy organized groups, clubs, and neighborhood events, an active community may help transition feel natural. When you prefer choosing your own pace, less structured neighborhood could feel more comfortable. There's no correct level of social involvement, but isolation can surprise many people who focus entirely on the property instead of what comes next. The area should give you realistic ways to build the life you want after closing. And don't forget about taxes and ongoing expenses. Those also need more attention when the purchase price recedes. A home may fit your initial budget. Well, in just a few years, the total cost of ownership strains the retirement income you're trying to protect. Property taxes, insurance, utilities, association fees, maintenance, and future repairs all contribute to the monthly picture. Those figures vary by jurisdiction, property coverage, and community, so each one should be verified before you make a decision. James City County, the city of Williamsburg, and nearby York County should not be treated as though they are identical, simply because they all have the, quote, Williamsburg address. The exact address determines the jurisdiction, the services, the tax structure, school assignment, and local regulation. For retirement buyers, schools may not influence the purchase directly. They can still affect future resale because the next buyer may have different priorities though. So resale deserves your consideration as well. Even when you believe this will be your final move, life changes. Things happen, health needs shift, family circumstances evolve, and sometimes retirees decide they need to move closer to children, a different style of housing, or the help that they need. A property with broad appeal may give you more flexibility in that regard later. Unusual layouts, extensive deferred maintenance, difficult access, or highly specialized features can narrow your buyer pool at resale. So you should think about those things. Find a home that suits you, but also understand how other buyers might value your property in case your plans change. Renovations also can complicate a decision. An older Williamsburg area home may offer mature trees, a stronger location, a larger lot, and character that new construction cannot reproduce. You may think about cosmetic updates that could be manageable when you have time, budget, and patience, but remember that major work creates a different retirement experience. Living through a kitchen renovation is not for the weak of heart. Replacing systems, coordinating with contractors, it could be difficult. So before purchasing a property that needs improvement, decide whether the project itself excites you. If it does, maybe it's okay, or if you're just going to tolerate it so you can get to the finished result. This creates two different situations. Someone who enjoys design and has completed renovations before may see it as an opportunity, but somebody who hasn't, they could feel trapped by months of decisions and disruption. Get realistic estimates, allow room for unexpected costs, and avoid assuming every dated home only needs surface changes. Newer construction brings another set of considerations as well. Modern layouts, energy-efficient systems, and fewer immediate repairs can make a new home attractive during retirement, but developing communities may have ongoing construction, which can be annoying, incomplete amenities, smaller lots, and fees that could change as the community matures. Builder options and other premiums, the cost that first attracted you could easily change as you get into it, so make sure you get everything in writing. It could become more expensive than the price promised. The most useful way to organize your search, though, for a home is to separate permanent features from flexible ones. You cannot move the home to a different location after closing. You can't change the lot size, road exposure, neighborhood structure, the proximity to daily needs. Those are all fixed. Flooring, paint, lighting, hardware, and many cosmetic finishes can easily be changed. Buyers sometimes reject the right setting because they dislike a kitchen color, then choose a beautifully updated property down the road creates a lot less comfort in their routine. Presentation influences the showing, but location shapes your years of enjoyment. So write down what you want fixed and what can be changed. Consider where you expect to spend your time, how often you will host visitors, how maintenance feels to you, and whether a social activity should be built into the community. Consider all those things. Then decide which responsibilities you want to reduce. That may include yard work, exterior repairs, driving, stairs, or managing unused. Your answers will help you recognize the right area before an attractive listing pulls the search in another direction. Williamsburg offers several ways to retire well, but the strongest choice is really based on a neighborhood ranking. Your health, routines, budget, relationships, and preferred level of activity should guide the decision. So a quieter property may give you the privacy you've always wanted, and in many communities, likewise, could provide the connection you would otherwise miss. Living closer to town might protect your time, while a home further out offers space that improves your quality of life. The goal is finding the combination that continues to work after the excitement of moving has passed. If you are considering retirement to the Greater Williamsburg area, call us at 757-903-8840 or email Randy and Jodi at srmfre.com. Tell us how you want your retirement to feel and how we can help you compare the areas and housing options that support that plan. Subscribe for more practical guidance about living in Williamsburg and leave a comment with the retirement considerations that matter most in your move.